Oh, my little weirdos. Shut up, fire alarm. Today we're going to discuss campaign funds. Now, I have said for many years now that I feel we should have a publicly, like, government funded um, allowances, shall we say. That way it's on fair terms. We don't have billionaire suck ups putting hundreds of millions of dollars into somebody's campaign. That doesn't make them a good person or the correct person or a capable person. It just makes them somebody who knows a rich person. Um, it would also stop all this lobbying, the gun lobbyists, the fossil fuel lobbyists, all these bullshit that, oh, well, we'll donate a lot to your campaign if you vote, if you get in and will, you vote for guns and, or you vote for like more gas and more drilling and more oil, baby, instead of green. Since there's good folks and disgusting folks with money, the good folks will do responsible things. Apparently, um, you know, the Republicans with money don't seem to want to be very responsible and will throw their money and their stuff behind somebody. However, that somebody, Elon, has now made his real self known, and not only are they not behind him, but they're not even behind his products anymore. So he was already on a tenuous with the Tesla, or it's Donald says Tesla. Wonderful salesman. He can't even pronounce the name of your product. Anyway, what I mean by government spending or funding of campaigns is nobody is allowed. Oh, this would also, nobody's allowed to donate. You're not allowed to take campaign donations. You both get the same amount. Both parties get the same amount, and they have to spread that amount through from the top to the bottom races, and for ads, for advertising for the campaigns. When you're out of that, you're out of that. And anybody who either donates or accepts donations are just you're arrested. You broke the law. Make it where it's a law where they cannot accept, or they're imprisoned. It's a traitorous. You're trying to rig something if you do that. You can have that legislation written. That would stop not only the insincere, disingenuous folks like Boebert and Green, and when Gates was there, and when Hawley, they're there for the advancement and the money and the stock trading. They're not there to make a difference for the people back home. That's not why they're there. That's why they're supposed to be there. But that's not why they're there. They're there to be a big man or a big woman and like bask in everybody's adoration kind of crap. They didn't get in the job for that reason. And so that's not their ultimate concern. Their concern is getting elected again already, once they're elected. That's all they're thinking about. They're not thinking about what they can do in that term. They're thinking about the next term. Getting money, getting funds, doing speaking engagements, to have the coffers, none of that shit would be happening, and all their like white supremacist crap wouldn't be spread like that if they didn't have to do campaign fundraising. That would also finally get the damn churches out of secular laws, which is also a law and which Republicans since Reagan have completely ignored. I'm smiling because if I don't, I'll go on another rant. Just do away with any of that. And anybody that donates to a campaign or anybody that accepts a campaign donation of any sort, any kind of donation, no money to people that are politicians or running for politician. No money from individuals or from churches or from groups, from companies, nothing. You get what the government gives you, and that is all you have. That would also cut down on the crap they pulled this past election, where half the state is like more, Palestinian, the other half of the state is more, Israeli type of, and so they said, they ran ads about Kamala, saying in half the state they ran it saying Kamala stands with Israel. And they played those in the ones where the Palestinian people were being upheld. And vice versa, where people were upholding Israel, they would put the ad saying she stood for Palestine. Lying, doing a double ad, just two different things to where it'll be most effective. You wouldn't be so cavalier with spending money for ads like that kind of crap. Specialized and targeted type of shit, having all the money in the world to literally to say and do whatever you want so you can win. That would knock all of that shit out. And Christianity laws would stop being forced into the government. And in fact, we should, once we get our shit back together, make it where I don't want to even hear in arguments on the floor of the bill. I don't even want to hear the Bible brought into it. The first mention of somebody saying anything about the Christian Bible, that's it. They cannot speak. They're censured. They cannot speak for the rest of the meeting. You bring religion into the House of Representatives or into the Senate floor or the House floor, that gets shut down immediately. That is what should be done. Not a little tap on the wrist like, you mentioned church. It's a bad girl. Sit down and think about what you just did. That's what it should be. Not an we don't have them here. We only discuss secular things, not religious things. That's what they do. I mean, that's the crap. It's like, it's not supposed to be in the laws. It's not. If you want to have your secular laws run by religion, go move to a country that does that. That's not America. You're trying to make it into America, but that is not. We'll take America out before I let America be that. I'm not joking. You all think us old people are innocuous? You all disregard us all the effing time. And you disregard older women. Well, guess what, Republicans? It's the fucking women, and a lot of us are old, who are gonna save your fucking country from the clutches of the Nazi shit, the Fourth Reich Republicans. Because if you think women are always supposed to be genteel and delicate, you can fuck right off. You're not gonna run roughshod over our fucking backs. This is what Kamala meant when she said, we are not going back. Women are not going back to be subservient. People of color are not going back to being your possessions. Children are not going to be working overnight shifts on a school night. Fuck you, what state was that did that? Tennessee, whatever, Kentucky, whatever fucking southern, backwards, fucked up state. One of y'all just did that. Probably the same damn states that say that you should be able to marry a 12-year-old girl if you want to. You don't let her drive, but you want to fuck her so she can have your kid. Oh, excuse me, your white kid. So you keep disregarding us older folk. You want to see how older folk can be when they're real pissed off? You know all those little mean things you see of the Latino moms or the Asian moms or the white moms, and they're all with the shoes of the different cultures just fucking whipping it, and it's like a goddamn boomerang, and it flies around and hits that upstart kid in the fucking head as an adult 20-something-year-old fucking smart ass. That mom will take that shoe off and whip it at him. Those weren't made up in someone's mind. That's because, you know what, guys? Women are fucking badass, and you all are too insecure to acknowledge that. The ones that don't want to acknowledge it, you're fucking insecure. Insecure little pussy-ass snowflakes. And if you don't think older people or older women can be scary as fuck when they're pissed off, come around and talk your Social Security stuff to some of us older people. Try going to a fucking home, nursing little home. Yeah, and talk to them. Why don't you talk to some old veterans about what you plan on doing? You won't get in a room full of them old fucking veterans, would you? Because you're too motherfucking scared of them. You're scared that they'll tell the truth about you. You're scared us old folks see what the fucking Nazi looks like, and it's the Republican Party. Nobody wants to say it because they don't want to lose their job. Fuck off! I'm on disability. I was already injured. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. Doesn't matter what I fucking say. So I ain't staying quiet. You want to keep pissing off the old people in this country? You think, oh, well, the majority, there's more older people than younger people. And, you know, the younger people are the ones that have the fatality. They're the ones that, you know, you should be a little scared of. How about some older people that have been shooting weapons for decades? 4 or 5 decades of practice. Do not think you're gonna scare a bunch of old fucking people. And I swear, y'all better think twice if you think a group full of older women are an easy target. Because you'll be wiping your ass off of that floor. You come and tangle with us in person. You're a bunch of scared little fucking snowflake pussies who do your shit to us older folk in the secrecy of your little esconed room. You're gonna hear us. You're gonna hear us real loud. You're gonna hear the LGBTQ April 5th. Remember President's Day? You had the veterans, you had the LGBTQ, you had the younger people screaming and yelling, you had the women screaming, you had the older folks screaming, you had the veterans screaming. It's coming again. How about everybody on May Day? Go in 15 minutes late to work. If everybody went in 15 minutes late, do you know how many hours of work this country would lose for just everybody being 15 minutes late? They need to realize the worth in this country is with us, not with the little fucks in the gold gilded towers, in the gold plated towers. They're not even golden. They're not even gold. His escalator was gold plated. Okay? Pull the curtain away, and us older folk knows there is no fucking wizard. Just a sad little man talking into a microphone, pretending he's a big man. Keep taking us older women for granted. Keep taking us for granted. See, we've done things in our lives that you men will never, never, never be able to do. Ever. And a lot of you guys hate that. You know what I say? To those of you like that, suck it.